So before we actually moved to Bali, before Christmas, we were over here for 2 months and we were having dinner with some people down in Sanua Beach. And this one guy, he knew that we were moving to Bali after Christmas. He said to me, make sure you register your phone when you come into the airport. And I'm thinking, what the bloody hell are you talking about? He said, yeah, I got caught out. He said, I had just bought a new phone before I moved to Bali. And then when you fly into Bali, you've got to register your phone. And because he bought a new phone, he had to pay a lot more money than he would have if he didn't have a new phone. So I said, well, what the hell are you talking about? There's someone flying out of the airport right now. I said, so what are you talking about? And he said, well, after 3 months of being in Bali, your phone will no longer work, will no longer pick up a signal and becomes inoperable. There is no avoiding it. You've got to go to the airport, and once you get your baggage, once you exit the baggage claim area, there's a little office that you go into where you've got to pay the tax. So we went in there, we sat down. You've got to have, I think it's your passport, your receipt of purchase for your phone, and pre-fill out a form online. You go to the desk, they look up your phone, and you've got to pay a tax that unlocks your phone. Deb's was about $150, I think, and mine was $170. I got a larger memory bank on my phone than hers, so mine was a bit higher. But the guy that I was talking to a couple of months before, I can't remember how much he said. It was ridiculous because he bought a brand new phone, and his lot was a lot higher. So if you're coming full time, make sure you register your phone, because apparently, I'm only going off what I heard, after 3 months, your phone will stop working in Bali. So what you're doing is you're registering, I think it's your IMEI number, and it's important you do that, which I found out, 1, because your phone's going to work now in Bali while you're living here, but 2, you'll need that number later on when you need to get a SIM card. So after a couple of months, I didn't want to stop using my Australian SIM card. So what I did was I used a eSIM, and I got an eSIM number which works fine. It's basically the same as putting a second SIM card into your phone. So I was using both my Australian SIM card and an eSIM at the same time. Now, one of the main reasons I got the eSIM card was because to communicate in Bali, they don't actually make phone calls over here. Everyone uses WhatsApp. So if you're coming over, make sure you've downloaded WhatsApp before you get here. And on WhatsApp is sort of like Messenger, where you can make phone calls through the app. So that's what everyone does here. If all the businesses as well, they contact you through WhatsApp. Anything I need done, any servicing, if I've got problems with my internet, I just go on WhatsApp and they chat to me on WhatsApp and tell me how to resolve the problem. So that's why I needed the eSIM. The eSIM was great because then I could contact anywhere in Bali, and it made life easier having a SIM having a SIM that was a local SIM. Still, I had my Australian card in the slot. So then we started to get more troubles where everything they do here is through phone. If I want a delivery made, or I want to join some online shopping site, or I want to get deliveries from the local supermarket, everything is done through an app and your local phone number. Your eSIM number isn't accepted as the local phone number. You actually have to physically have a local SIM in your phone to make life a lot easier in Bali. So I bit the bullet. I stopped using the eSIM and I went down to buy a SIM card for my phone. So this is where it's really important when you're at the airport, back when you first moved in, and you get that IMEI number and pay your tax, because when you go get your Bali SIM number, now it never used to be this case, and from what I've been hearing, they've only started doing it. They're asking you for, and they do it to me, they're asking you for your tourist tax number. I think that's what she said. And they can look it up on your phone to see that you've paid the tax for that number. Oh, by the way, when you get a SIM card, It's only for 3 months. There's no other options. You get a SIM card for 3 months. The amount of data that you get is how much you pay. Prices aren't real big. So, lucky enough, I had that IMEI number. Now I've got an iPhone. I googled my iPhone, and online there's even videos showing you that if you take the memory card out, that you turn it upside down, there's a slot there that you can put a second little memory card, so I can run 2 memory cards at the same time. So when I get to the phone shop, I tell the woman this, oh yeah, I can put a second card in. She opens it up, and there's only slot for 1. Now, I don't know why. I don't know why my iPhone was different to the samples they gave online. It's exactly the same model. Maybe it's because it's an Australian thing and we don't have 2 SIM card slots. I haven't looked into it. I don't really care. But just be wary. Before you go to a phone shop, get a little pin, open up your memory stick, turn it upside down and see if your memory card, your little SIM card, will fit on both sides. That way you know you can have an Australian SIM card and a local SIM card. Now I went down the road next because I needed to open a bank account. When you open a bank account in Bali, make sure you go to the bank first and find out exactly what you need to open up the bank account. And also make sure that bank account or that bank will transfer money between Bali, Indonesia and your home country. There are some banks that I've noticed don't. So I went to a few banks, found out, asked what they needed. They all basically said the same thing. They said, have you got a Kiddis visa, have you got a passport, and have you got a Indonesian phone SIM? And I'm saying, well, you know, why do I need the SIM? Because you need to download the app and you get all the information and you log in and you set up through an app, and you need the SIM card, you need an Indonesian SIM card to use their app. Now, I don't know if you have to have a Kiddis to open up in every bank. I know I looked online and some banks apparently use other visas to open up a bank account. It's been a lot better having a Bali card. Online shopping, for one thing, is a lot easier when you've got a local bank account, and also online shopping you need a local phone number. Going to the shops is a lot easier than using my wife's card, or, you know, I'm a bit wary about using an Australian card while I'm overseas. It's just made life a lot easier having a local phone number and a local bank account. Now, you know when you're starting to acclimatise to the Balinese way of life, because I'm starting to pack my boot just like they do.
So, I figured I better get on here because there's been a lot of questions about what I've been doing and why am I working and how am I working and all those work questions. So I've just got home from work actually, and what I ended up getting a job as was a teacher again. So you probably know from our earlier videos that I was a teacher in Australia for 18 years and then had a couple of years off and we went traveling. And then when we were in Thailand, I thought, I miss teaching, so I'm going to apply for an international school job and see if I get it. At first I was going to apply for something in Thailand, but then I remembered that in the past I wanted to teach in an international school in Bali. And I had a look, and at that time they were interviewing, not interviewing again, they were, Alan.
And at that time?
And at that time, they were advertising again for teachers for 2025. So I filled in my resume and application and did all that while I was in Thailand. And luckily, I got an interview and it all just progressed from there. And I found out that I was going to be teaching in an international school in Bali in January. So we went home from Thailand. No, actually we didn't. We ended up coming to Bali for a couple of months, and Al might have already told you that we secured a villa. So when we came back in January, we had somewhere to move straight back into. And I think it was like a week after we arrived, I started working. And the first thing that I actually had to do was fly to Jakarta and do a conference over there with the other school that's in Indonesia, a partner school. And I've been there for 7 weeks now. We're in week 7 already. So I haven't been doing the YouTube videos because I just haven't had time. I've been flat out, and like getting back into teaching after having 2 years off, it's just like starting new again. So Al's been having all the fun, and well, teaching's been fun, but I haven't been able to go out and do a lot of things like normal. So with the home situation, Alan now looks after me. That's his job. So basically he makes me breakfast in the morning. So he wakes up at 5:30 now in the morning, the same time that I do. I never asked him to do that. He just took it upon himself to do that, which is just what a nice husband would do.
He's a legend.
And so he gets up at 5:30, same time as I do, and he makes me breakfast. So he usually makes me like an English muffin with Vegemite, or an English muffin with egg, or whatever, something like that usually. And then after he's made breakfast, he'll make me my lunch to take to work, and that is usually a roll, and that's from Roddy Baker. Oh, can I say where it's from? I don't know. Anyways, it's from the bakery, and it's a good roll. It's not like the other barley bread that's all sweet tasting. It's more a nice like sourdough taste. So he makes me a roll with usually tuna and salad, or egg and lettuce. They're the 2 favourites so far. Or sometimes he'll cook up something through the day, like I know, teriyaki chicken and put it with rice, or he'll make some mee goreng noodles with vegetables, and I'll take that. So lunch is always prepared, and then I get home from work and we do a combination for dinner. So sometimes Alan cooks, but we've found that it's just probably cheaper to eat out. Do you think so, Al?
Yeah, more so order in.
Yeah, or order in. We order in a couple of nights a week, or we go out to restaurants a couple of nights a week, and Alan cooks a couple of nights a week. So I don't cook anymore. I kind of miss it, but on the other side of that, I don't really even have time anymore, because I'm still just trying to get like my head around planning lessons and marking work and all that sort of stuff. But the good thing is, it's 7 weeks in, it's a 9-week term. So in 2 weeks' time, I'll be on holidays for 2 weeks, and then I'll get to enjoy Bali properly, like, you know, I normally would. I will probably go and maybe go to some of the islands or something like that, or stay somewhere else for a couple of nights. And
the good thing is we can fly out of Bali to Singapore and go anywhere.
Yeah, that's a good thing. So we're on a kiddos visa, and the way that I got that was when I got the position at my school, they sponsor me. So you can get a job in Bali as long as you've got an Indonesian company that sponsors you. So you can apply for any jobs, but to be honest, from what I've heard with the locals, is that most of the time Bali hires people that are young, like 25 to 30 is their ideal age for hiring for Bali businesses. Obviously, that's not the same for international schools. So if you're a teacher, you know, go for it. But you could get a job in Bali just by applying and having someone sponsor you. I would suggest a big business or a big company if you're going to do that. You'll have a, you know, decent chance. A small business wouldn't be able to afford it, because I think, like, you know, the visa by itself is over $2,000, and small businesses probably just wouldn't be able to fork that out unless they really wanted to.
I've got a question for you. On the weekends, how are you going with transport?
On the weekends?
Yeah, getting from here to there. Well, I know you don't have a motorbike licence. So what's happening?
I do have a motorbike licence.
Oh, yes, I lied. You do have a motorbike licence, but
I've got a motorbike licence. I've never driven a motorbike
you
before in my life.
You've never ridden a motorbike.
What did I say?
Driven.
Oh, yeah, same. So,
no, it's not.
So I've got a motorbike licence now, but now I have to learn to drive or ride a motorbike, and I did learn last weekend. And I went to a car park on the beach and paid my 20 cents entrance fee and rode around on the, I don't even know what type of bike it is. What is it?
We've got an NMAX.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I rode around on an NMAX and I got up to 15 kilometers an hour without getting scared. So I did that for about, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, and I'll go out and have some more rides on that and learn.
So do you think it's important that you have a motorbike?
No.
No? Why?
At first I was going to get a motorbike like a Scoopy or a Fazio, something like that. But because there's so much traffic in Bali, I wouldn't ride outside of Sanur, like where we are. It's just too crazy for a motorbike to ride further. So I've started to think maybe I don't need a motorbike after all. And if I learn to ride the bike that Alan's got, if I need to just pop up the shop or something, I can just hop on his bike and do it. Or Alan will usually go up anyways. But maybe I'll get a car instead, like a used second-hand car. And who knows where we could go with that. We can just explore the island and stuff easier. So that's my thinking at the moment, but whether I do or not, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just the first thoughts.
Yeah, you wouldn't get a car just to go up to the shops and stuff.
No.
It's not worth it. It's too difficult. You'd have to have a motorbike for that.
And I was going to get a trike, like two wheels at the back, one at the front, and it's electric. I still might get that. I might not. I don't know. It seems like if I get that, it's a little bit embarrassing because, 12-year-olds here ride motorbikes with two wheels. So I don't know. I don't know if I want to be like my age with three wheels, but it's probably safer, a lot safer. I don't know.
Just to give an indication, to get an electric three-wheel bike or two-wheel bike, it's about $800 to $1,000.
Yeah,
Australian.
800 to 1,000. Yeah.
And to get a motorbike, just a basic motorbike, about
$2,500.
$2,500. Yeah.
Probably second-hand's cheaper. I don't know. I haven't really looked.
And second-hand cars start at around $6,000, I'd say. You can get cheaper ones.
Yeah, cheaper. I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't know. But if I do get a car, then I have to go back to Denver Police Station, where I got my motorbike license from. And then I have to buy a car license, because when you pay for your license, it's only motorbike or only car or car motorbike combined. So I've paid for a license for 5 years. I don't know how long we're going to stay here for, but that will cover us if we do stay 5 years. So I won't be getting on all the videos like I used to, only due to time, and I don't see all the comments and reply to all the comments every day like I used to, but I'll try. And I think, Al, have you been replying to comments?
Yeah, most of them.
Okay, so if you type a comment now, it'll be Al probably replying to you, so you might not get the little love hearts and things like that I used to put all over the comments. If you don't, it's Al replying. And yeah, so I'll get on sometimes when I've got an opportunity to do that, but most of the time now I'm just pretty busy. But anyways, thank you for watching and enjoy Al. I know he's still enjoying you. If you found this video entertaining, helpful or inspiring, would love for you to consider subscribing to our channel and hitting that notification bell. Subscribing will ensure that you never miss out on any of our future content that we create, especially for you.